Hello, it's Doc Shales again. What I'm going to do is make a fruit fermentation that I plan on putting in my morning shakes. And I'm going to use local cranberries, local cherries, and local organic blueberries that I all got down in Oriana in Traverse City, Michigan. I'm going to use some organic sucanate that I got down in Oriana in Traverse City, Michigan. And I'm going to put that into a little bit of water. And then I'm going to take my starter cultures, and I'm going to use a yogurt starter culture, which I got down at Oriana in Traverse City, Michigan, and Apple Valley has that in Cadillac, Michigan as well. So I'm going to take 2 packages, and with that, we're going to put it into the sugar water. Now the sugar is going to get turned into lactic acid. So you can say, well, you're not supposed to be eating all the sugar. Well, not in the end. All those good bugs are going to turn that sugar into something that is good for me, which is lactic acid. Great for energy. So I'm going to do 2 packets because 1 packet's good for about 1 quart to 2 quarts. These organic berries, even though they've been frozen, should still have some natural probiotics on them from just growing out in the dirt and everything. So with that, I'm going to stir up my sugar and my probiotics so that they kind of get a start before we put everything together. So I'm just taking a knife and stirring all that stuff up. Your probiotics, they live on sugar. The funny thing is that the pathogenic bacteria live on sugar too, but it makes all the difference once it's in your digestive tract. What we're finding is that undigested sugars are going to feed the pathogenic bugs once they're in your intestines. So we need the sugars to grow bacteria, period. So I'm going to put about 1/8 cup of cinnamon in there, and I'm just going to take each one of these berries and put it in this jar here. And this is a very specialized jar. It's a fermentation jar. The top has a hole in it with a rubber seal, and I will put a bubbler in there, and this is very common in wine and beer making. And what that does is it creates an airlock, so we're not going to get any oxygen. We need this all to occur in an anaerobic environment, which basically means all the matter's got to be in liquid, and then the top we just can have enough oxygen because the whole thing will tend to kind of, as it ferments, it's going to grow a bit with carbon dioxide and that kind of stuff. So you got to have a little room for it to expand. I have had them expand right through the bubblers and out all over the jars. So if you use just a plain jar, you'll have to put it in a bowl because it's likely that it will bubble over. But that's okay, and it's not a problem. We just want to make sure that you don't get any fungus growing in them. So I'm just going to take the bags and put them in there, so I'm going to stop the camera and I'll be right back. I'm going to pour in the probiotic solution with the berry solution. We'll mix that all up, and I still have a little bit of sugar, whole liquid mixture. And this stuff's already bubbling up in here. It's, I'll try to get a good camera shot of it. So it's already activating, and it's not really all that warm. So I'm going to pick you up here, and you can see the bubbles in there. So just in a very short period of time, those probiotics are doing their stuff. So we're going to pour this stuff into the main jar. Hopefully I won't spill a lot of it. And yay, I got it all in there. So, one thing I forgot to do is put my cinnamon in there. I'm just going to put it on top, and I'm going to need probably just a little bit more water, but I think I want to mix all this stuff up nicely now. So I'm going to take it, instead of doing a mixer, I'm going to cover up that hole and use that instead of the fresh fruit. I want to shift to fermented fruit to put into my morning shake, which should make it more nutrient dense and help my whole gut flora system, which will provide me with vitamins, minerals, chelation of heavy metals, and brain chemistry support. Hey, isn't it great to be happy? If you got the chemistry, it's much easier to be happy. And this ferment will probably take about 1.5 to 5 days. I'll fill that up with water until all of it's underwater. Towel over it so it stays dark, and I'll check on it every day. We don't want any fungus growing on top. If you see any fungus, you open that baby up and take that fungus out, throw it out. Makes stuff smell bad and taste bad. So it's not particularly harmful for your health, but we do want to have tasty food as much as possible that is nutrient dense and right for you. And they are concentrating nutrition they're pre-digesting this food, which will make a sugar type like me, where I don't deal with sugar, even healthy sugar, all that well. It's going to change that sugar into something that I can deal with better, and I respond extremely well to probiotics, not of the dairy variety except for raw cheese. And I don't do well with yogurts or kefirs. I also don't do well with kombucha, but that doesn't mean you won't do well with those. And at the lowest level, factory-made yogurt's going to be good for you. An organic-based factory-made yogurt will be better for you. And organic kefir, grass-fed organic that you make yourself, will be even better for you. A raw milk grass-fed yogurt and kefir will be the best for you. So don't be afraid to get a factory yogurt. If that's all that time and energy you got, go ahead. It will take time for you to learn how to make probiotics that you like to eat. And there may be many failures along the way until you get the recipes you like. It's worth it. My lifetime allergies are finally going away, and it has to do with drinking broths regularly and getting plenty of home, locally organic grown food, home ferments. So awesome things are happening for me and my patients that take this on as a life challenge and make it an incorporated part of their dietary regimen. We really want home lacto ferments every meal. So I'll be coming at you with more recipes. Be watching on YouTube and Facebook. Thanks. Bye. And mix this up real good. Get my exercise in. This is just like one of those shake weights. Instead of a shake weight, shake your ferments. Get the same amount of exercise and get your food done too. How about it? We could do that in a couple of minutes. And you can see it just foaming up in here. Can you see the foam? It's just going at it. So pretty fun, pretty simple. This hasn't taken very long. And like I said, I'm going to